With over 8 billion cans produced since its inception, and annual revenues reaching 12 billion USD, Spam has become a legend unlike any canned meat in history. So, what makes Spam so beloved and widely popular across the globe? The secret journey of this king of canned meat begins on strictly controlled pig farms, where each animal is carefully raised to produce premium quality pork shoulder. Once they reach optimal weight, the pigs are transported to the processing plant, where a fully enclosed production line begins. Each cut of pork shoulder is trimmed and processed using state-of-the-art machinery and the skilled hands of seasoned workers, marking the transformation of an everyday ingredient into one of the 20th century's most iconic foods. Today, join Agriculture Insight as we trace the remarkable journey of Spam and uncover the secrets that set this canned meat legend apart. Everything will be revealed in this video. So famous that many people mistake all canned meat for Spam. This product is, in fact, a proprietary brand of canned pork by Hormel Foods, a long-established food corporation headquartered in Minnesota, USA. The story begins in the late 1920s, when J. Hormel, the son of founder George A. Hormel, took over the company during a time when America was in crisis, with widespread unemployment and food shortages. This sparked an urgent demand for affordable, convenient, and long-lasting sources of protein. One day, faced with a surplus of unsold pork shoulder, Jay came up with a bold idea: to transform this cut of meat into a ready-to-eat canned product that could be preserved for long periods and sold directly to consumers. After numerous trials, Spam was officially born in 1937, marking a new era in convenient food. But it wasn't until World War II that Spam truly became a global phenomenon. With a shelf life of up to 5 years without the need for refrigeration or chemical preservatives, and being energy-rich, Spam became a staple in the rations of American soldiers, with tens of thousands of tons shipped to the front lines. Soldiers even found creative uses for Spam fat, lubricating guns or waterproofing boots. Through the military, Spam was introduced to various parts of the world, including Hawaii, Guam, and South Korea. From wartime rations to a global culinary icon, Spam has endured for nearly a century without losing its place in the hearts of consumers. But no matter how legendary the journey, every story has its beginning. And now, let's return to where it all started, with the pig farms where carefully raised and selected livestock provided the very foundation for this canned legend. Everything begins with generations of piglets that are meticulously cared for from the moment they are in the womb. The gestation period lasts about 114 days, during which sows are treated like queens, bathed, monitored for nutrition, and housed in special farrowing pens to ensure absolute safety. Each litter can produce between 10 to 14 piglets, and the mother stays with her young during the first weeks of life, laying the foundation for high-quality meat in the future. Piglets need to nurse for about 3 to 4 weeks. In the first days after birth, their mother's milk contains colostrum, a nutrient-rich substance packed with antibodies that strengthens the immune system and supports healthy development. After weaning, the piglets transition to solid food and are moved to group pens, each housing around 50 pigs. Here, they are fed industrial feed, supplemented with nutrients to promote rapid growth. On average, pigs gain about 10 kilograms per month. They continue to be fattened for another 3 to 4 months, during which their bodies grow so rapidly that they become disproportionate, barely able to move, spending most of their time lying down and drinking water. Their lives revolve around eating and sleeping. Once they reach the target age and weight, about 100 kilograms, they are ready to leave the pens and become cuts of delicious pork. Once the pigs meet the required quality standards, they are carefully moved to the holding area, where they wait to be transported to the processing facility. A truck arrives at the farm to collect the pigs. First, the truck's floor is lowered to form a safe ramp, allowing the pigs to walk up easily. Next, the floor of the truck is covered with straw or fine sand to help the pigs maintain their footing and avoid injury during transport. The pigs are guided through a fenced walkway to ensure their safety and prevent them from scattering. Handlers use lightweight boards or guiding panels to gently direct the pigs onto the truck in an orderly manner. Once inside, the pigs are arranged in a stable position and secured to minimize the risk of injury while in transit. Each truck can carry between 100 and 150 pigs. And when everything is ready, the trucks roll out, marking the beginning of a brand new journey to the pork processing plant. Upon arrival at the processing plant, the pigs are brought into a resting area equipped with ventilation systems, automatic misting, and a continuous supply of clean drinking water. This phase helps reduce stress and allows the muscles to relax. Before entering the processing stage, the pigs are moved into an automated stunning system designed to ensure a smooth and stress-free procedure. Today, two common stunning methods used in modern meat processing facilities are carbon dioxide, CO2 stunning, and electrical stunning. Among them, CO2 stunning is more widely used due to its gentler effect and longer duration of unconsciousness. The pigs are placed in a sealed chamber where gradually increasing concentrations of CO2 induce unconsciousness within about 30 seconds. In contrast, electrical stunning uses a current of 240 volts to 400 volts applied directly to the brain, rendering the pig instantly unconscious. While this method is quick, it requires precise handling to ensure effectiveness and animal welfare. The next step is the cleaning process, where each carcass is passed through a hot water scalding system. For several minutes, the water is maintained at a temperature of 58 to 62 degrees Celsius, which helps open up the hair follicles and facilitates faster, more efficient cleaning. Following this, high-precision automatic dehairing machines take over. Soft rubber-coated rotating rollers gently remove the hair without damaging the surface of the skin. Once thoroughly cleaned, the carcass moves on to the singeing area, where intense flames burn off any remaining fine hairs while simultaneously sterilizing the surface. Finally, the internal organs and any inedible parts are completely removed, leaving behind only the clean, white carcass, ready for the trimming stage in the journey toward becoming a high-quality can of Spam. Continuing the process, the clean white carcasses are moved to the cutting area, where different sections of meat are separated based on their intended use. An automated bandsaw system splits each carcass lengthwise from the neck to the tail. In modern facilities, 3D scanning technology is integrated to determine the optimal cutting path, ensuring uniform size and weight between the two halves. This not only maximizes yield, but also facilitates the efficient separation of different meat cuts in subsequent stages. After splitting, each section of meat is cooled and stored at a temperature of approximately 0 to 4 degrees Celsius to preserve freshness and inhibit bacterial growth until it is transported to processing plants. While premium cuts like loin, ribs, and ham are sent to production lines for fresh or high-end frozen products, pork shoulder, often considered a tougher, fattier byproduct, is carefully selected to become the key ingredient in the iconic cans of Spam. At the Spam production facility, carefully selected pork shoulder cuts are sent to the trimming line, where tough tissues, skin, and excess fat are removed, leaving only the most balanced portions of lean and fat. And from this point forward, the pork shoulder begins to shine. Under Hormel's expertise, and with the aid of advanced blending and sterilization technologies, the pork shoulder is revived into a perfect ingredient. Tender, mildly fatty, able to hold its texture after cooking, and ideal for forming into the firm, iconic block inside each can. Pork shoulder not only offers ideal binding properties when ground and mixed with spices, but also gives Spam its signature texture, firm yet sliceable, without crumbling or falling apart. This is the secret behind the distinctive, springy chew rich flavor, smooth finish that only Spam delivers. And it's the reason why this product has remained beloved around the world for nearly a century. Before entering the mixing stage, the trimmed pork shoulder undergoes coarse grinding using industrial machines. This process doesn't fully puree the meat but preserves a certain fiber structure, an essential factor in giving Spam its firm, cohesive texture, while still feeling like real meat. This is a key distinction from sausages, which require the meat to be finely ground to achieve a smooth consistency. The controlled coarse grinding step plays a crucial role in forming the tightly packed meat texture that consumers experience when slicing into Spam. No crumbling, no mushiness, just a firm, uniform cut every time. After trimming, the pork shoulder is sent to the mixing area, where Spam's proprietary formula comes into play. It includes just a few simple ingredients: pork shoulder, salt, sugar, water, potato starch, and sodium nitrite. The perfect balance of these components creates Spam's signature flavor and texture. The mixture is blended in a chilled environment to maintain freshness, enhance binding, and ensure uniformity, ready for the canning stage. Once mixing is complete, the meat blend is filled into cans, vacuum sealed, and hermetically closed to preserve structure and prepare for sterilization. Spam is cooked directly in the can using high-pressure steam at 121 degrees C for 75 minutes, eliminating microorganisms and allowing shelf life of up to 5 years without added preservatives. Following the cooling and quality inspection process, each can receives the iconic navy blue label with the bold yellow Spam logo, a globally recognized symbol. The finished product is then boxed and shipped to more than 44 countries, completing the journey of one of the world's most iconic food items. Though it may seem like a simple canned meat, Spam has transcended its role as food to become a cultural icon in many countries. In the United States, beyond its association with wartime memories, Spam has made its way into film, television, and music, most notably in Monty Python's musical Spamalot, reflecting its deep influence on popular culture. In Hawaii, Spam is an essential part of the local food culture. With over 7 million cans consumed annually by a population of just over 1 million, it features in beloved dishes like Spam musubi, fried rice, and breakfast platters. Residents even host an annual festival called Waikiki Spam Jam, drawing tens of thousands of attendees to celebrate this familiar food. Meanwhile, in South Korea, Spam is considered a premium gift during major holidays, symbolizing thoughtfulness and prosperity. From overlooked cuts of pork shoulder to a carefully selected, blended, canned, and sterilized product, Spam is far more than just a canned meat. It is a global culinary icon. It represents smart resourcefulness, advanced food processing technology, and a lasting value that has connected with millions of people for nearly a century. Before the streamlined processes of today's modern factories, do you know where chicken tenders actually came from? Surprisingly, this iconic dish was born from a kitchen accident in the 1970s at the Puritan Backroom Restaurant in New Hampshire, when a chef mistakenly separated the tenderloin, the soft cut of meat beneath the chicken breast. He decided to bread it, deep fry it, and serve it. The unexpected flavor wowed diners with its juicy, tender inside and crispy coating. And from that moment on, the name chicken tenders was born. Although KFC didn't invent the dish, it was the brand that helped popularize chicken tenders around the world. Since the 1990s, they've added extra crispy tenders to their menu, and the item quickly gained popularity thanks to its convenience, easy-to-eat format, and the signature KFC flavor, made possible by a secret recipe that will be revealed in this video. And like every great story, the journey of chicken tenders begins on modern farms, where chickens are raised on a special nutritional regimen to develop thick, tender breasts and tenderloins, perfectly suited to become the star ingredient of one of the world's favorite dishes. Let's explore the world of modern poultry farms, where each baby chick is raised with a perfect blend of advanced technology and human dedication. Here, as soon as the hens begin laying eggs, an automated collection system jumps into action. The eggs gently roll onto conveyor belts, avoiding any damage, and are transported straight to inspection and sorting areas. Every day, thousands of eggs are collected with near-perfect precision, ready to enter the magical stage of incubation. Inside high-tech incubation chambers, where temperature and humidity are tightly controlled, the eggs are carefully rotated by automated machines to ensure the embryos develop evenly. And then, after 21 days of quiet anticipation, the first baby chicks break free and chirp their way into the world, carrying with them a promise of something special. The dream of one day becoming a legendary KFC fried chicken. The chicks are then transported to modern poultry farms, where they're raised in an ideal environment. The barns are spacious, clean, and lined with soft wood shavings to maintain hygiene and support easy movement. Advanced heating systems, infrared lamps, and calming blue lighting are used to maintain a stable temperature and reduce stress for the chicks. Protein-rich feed and clean water are always available through a fully automated 24/7 system. A smart ventilation system controls CO2 levels and humidity, minimizing the risk of respiratory illnesses. After just 5 to 6 weeks, or around 35 to 42 days, the chicks grow into fully developed broilers, ready for the final stage of their journey, heading to the processing plant, where their dream of making it onto a KFC plate finally comes true. When they reach the appropriate age, the chickens are gently gathered using advanced equipment, like robotic caretakers, with soft robotic arms and smart rotating brushes that carefully place them onto conveyor belts. This ensures the chickens line up smoothly and are swiftly guided into transport crates, ready for their journey to the processing plant. Once the chickens arrive at the processing plant, they enter a modern, highly optimized system designed to ensure quality at every step. Before moving on to the next stages, the chickens are given a rest period of 1 to 2 hours to reduce stress and stabilize their condition. After the resting period, the chickens are placed onto automated conveyor systems, where they go through advanced processing stages. Stunning is performed using either low-voltage electrical currents or CO2 gas, helping to minimize stress for the chickens while ensuring the processing is quick and efficient. After the initial processing steps, the chickens move through a hot water bath maintained at a temperature between 50 and 60 degrees Celsius. The purpose of this step is to loosen the feathers and outer layers, making the defeathering process easier and more effective. Here, a set of rubber fingers mounted on rotating shafts acts like skillful hands, using spinning motion and friction to remove feathers precisely and efficiently. Each rubber finger has a specific softness and flexibility, allowing it to reach tougher areas and remove coarser feathers without damaging the delicate skin underneath. Next, the chickens move on to the evisceration stage, where modern machinery is used to open the abdominal cavity and carefully remove the internal organs. This process ensures cleanliness while preserving the freshness and quality of the meat. After the chickens are cleaned, high-precision automated cutting machines swiftly and efficiently remove the feet, head, and other parts. These machines are highly adaptable, allowing them to accurately separate components like the neck, wings, thighs, and breast meat into individual portions while preserving the quality of the meat. These very parts go on to become the beloved fried chicken pieces served by KFC. Next, the chicken breast is carefully separated and handled with great precision. This step requires skill and accuracy, as the breast meat can be easily damaged if not processed correctly. Once separated, the breast is passed through a specialized skin removal machine. This machine operates with remarkable delicacy, gently peeling off the skin without harming the tender meat underneath, preserving its freshness and quality. After the skin is removed, the breast is then carefully cut away from the bone. This stage demands close attention to detail to ensure the meat remains intact, without tearing or damage. Sharp blades and precise cutting techniques help extract clean breast meat with no bone fragments left behind. The result is a perfect, tender chicken breast, ready for the next stages of processing. During this process, the most tender part of the breast, known as the tenderloin, is also separated. Tenderloin is a juicy, flavorful, and nutrient-rich cut of meat, located just beneath the breast. It is the ideal ingredient for creating delicious, tender chicken, thanks to its naturally tender texture and satisfying taste. Once the tenderloin is perfectly cleaned, it enters one of the most intriguing stages that has fascinated the world, coating with KFC's legendary 11-spice blend. While the exact recipe is kept securely locked in a safe, rumors have circulated about the inclusion of salt, black pepper, paprika, garlic, onion, mustard, and several other secret herbs. It's this meticulous blending and golden ratio that creates an unmistakable flavor, mildly spicy, savory, and irresistibly aromatic. Here, the chicken is coated with the exclusive dry batter, a mixture that has been carefully perfected to adhere evenly to the meat's surface. Depending on the product line, the chicken may be dipped in a wet batter before being coated again with the dry batter, resulting in an extra crispy texture. Finally, each piece of chicken is placed into an industrial pressure fryer, a special piece of equipment that helps maintain a stable temperature and ensures even cooking from the inside out. Thanks to this method, the outer crust turns golden and crispy, while the meat inside remains tender, juicy, and irresistibly fragrant, the signature addictive flavor of KFC that millions of people love. When it comes to chicken tenders, many people often confuse them with chicken strips or chicken fingers, but in reality, they are quite different. Chicken tenders are the tenderloin part, located just beneath the chicken breast, extremely soft, juicy, and naturally long-shaped. On the other hand, chicken strips are simply chicken breast sliced into long strips, more abundant, cheaper, but can easily become dry if not cooked properly. They may look similar, but once you taste them, you'll instantly know which one is the premium version. And when it comes to premium chicken tenders, you simply can't leave out the legendary dipping sauces. At KFC, there isn't just one, but an entire lineup of bold flavors. From honey mustard and smoky barbecue, to rich, creamy ranch and the signature comeback sauce. Mildly spicy, tangy, and seriously addictive. It's the sauce that elevates each crispy bite, turning a simple piece of fried chicken into a memorable experience. So if you think the chicken's good but missing something, chances are you picked the wrong sauce. Chicken tenders aren't just for dipping. Try transforming them into creative and exciting dishes. First, tuck them into a burger for a quick, well-balanced lunch. Looking for a healthier option? Cut them into bite-sized pieces and toss them into a salad, not only adding protein but also boosting your vitamin intake with fresh greens. You might think of mayonnaise as just a simple condiment in your daily sandwich or salad, but in the global food industry, this creamy sauce is considered white gold, generating a staggering $14 billion in revenue each year. In the global condiment market, the US holds the crown thanks to its massive production scale and advanced technology. Led by Hellmann's, the giant brand that commands 45% of the North American market. Every day, around 1.2 million bottles of mayonnaise are produced and shipped from Hellmann's factories, finding their way onto millions of dining tables worldwide. If Hellmann's is the king of the mainstream, familiar, easygoing, and everywhere, then Duke's is the choice for the few. With a no-sugar formula, A thick and creamy texture and a bold southern flavor, Duke's doesn't aim to please everyone. It wins over those who value authenticity and demand precise control over every ingredient. To produce millions of jars of high-quality mayonnaise each day, it all starts with one essential ingredient: eggs. And that journey begins on the laying hen farms. There's a little-known fact. Egg quality doesn't depend solely on breed or nutrition. It also stems from the hen's comfort, living conditions, and stress levels. In modern farms, animal welfare is no longer a choice, it's a technical standard. Laying hens are raised in clean, well-ventilated housing systems, with natural lighting and fresh air circulation controlled automatically around the clock. Their diets are carefully tailored to each growth stage, rich in protein and balanced in minerals, to strengthen immunity and ensure consistent laying cycles. There's no panic clucking, no overcrowding, no unpleasant odors. Instead, a closed-loop system is maintained, where every egg is produced under optimized conditions of nutrition, environment, and health. It's the foundation behind the consistent quality of millions of jars of mayonnaise. After a period of meticulous care, the hens enter their laying phase. In modern farms, whether free-range or industrial, the health and productivity of each hen is closely monitored to ensure optimal efficiency. Nesting areas are specially designed with clean, cushioned spaces, providing a calm environment for the hens to leave behind a fresh gift each day. On average, a hen lays one egg every 26 hours, nearly one egg per day. At an industrial scale, egg collection is handled by highly efficient automated systems. As soon as the egg drops onto a soft tray beneath the nest, it is gently transferred onto a conveyor belt that runs the length of the housing rows and carries it straight to the central collection area, without any human intervention. Thanks to this system, large farms can gather between 200,000 and 500,000 eggs per day, meeting the enormous raw material demand of the mayonnaise industry. If that number feels hard to grasp, consider this. Eating through all those eggs would take over 1,300 years, assuming you had the lifespan of a legendary tortoise. Once collected, the eggs are temporarily stored under tightly controlled temperature and humidity conditions before continuing on to the next stage, processing at the factory. Mayonnaise is primarily made from egg yolks and vegetable oil. Therefore, handling the eggs properly before they enter the production line is a critical step. As soon as the eggs arrive at the facility, they undergo a strict quality control process. Advanced LED candling systems and high-resolution image sensors are used to detect any defects such as hairline cracks, thin shells, fertilized eggs, or internal impurities. At the plant, more than 60,000 eggs can be inspected every hour, fully automated, with no manual handling required. Any egg that fails to meet the standards is immediately removed from the production line. Only those that pass strict criteria for shape, size, and safety are allowed to proceed. In certain markets like the United States, egg washing is a mandatory step to remove dirt, feathers, and surface bacteria. Eggs are sprayed with warm water, combined with a mild sanitizing solution to clean the shell without compromising the structural integrity of the egg inside. However, in Europe, this process is generally avoided to preserve the egg's natural protective layer, the cuticle, which helps prevent bacterial intrusion. Instead, strict hygiene standards are enforced throughout the production and storage process to maintain cleanliness without stripping away this natural barrier. After washing, the eggs are sorted using an automated weighing system. Each egg is weighed and categorized into standard size classes, such as S, M, L, or XL. This classification ensures consistency in egg size across production batches, helping maintain stable, predictable quality in the mayonnaise manufacturing process. Next, the eggs are transferred to a specialized separator to extract the yolks, the key ingredient in mayonnaise, as they contain lecithin, a natural emulsifier that allows oil and water to blend smoothly. The machine operates based on physical separation principles such as centrifugal force, gravity, or rolling mechanisms, starting with a gentle cracking of the shell to avoid breaking the yolk. Compared to manual labor, modern separation machines are 10 to 20 times more efficient, capable of processing thousands of eggs per hour. These systems not only save time but also ensure that the extracted yolks are pure, hygienic, and ideal for high-quality mayonnaise production. The yolk is then separated from the white and shell through dedicated chambers. The system operates at speeds of up to 60,000 eggs per hour, yet the yolk breakage rate remains below 2%. After separation, the liquid yolk is passed through a low-pressure microfiltration system to remove any remaining impurities or shell fragments. It then undergoes low-temperature pasteurization, around 60 to 65 degrees Celsius, a process gentle enough to eliminate harmful bacteria without denaturing lecithin. After processing and preparation, the products are packed into specialized containers, stored under strict conditions, and transported to mayonnaise manufacturing facilities to be used as a key ingredient in the next stage of production. In addition to using liquid yolk, many factories also convert yolk into dried egg powder through spray drying or freeze drying methods. When rehydrated with water, this powder restores the emulsifying properties of fresh yolk, preserving the flavor and thickness of the mayonnaise. And now, let's dive into the mayonnaise production process, the part we've all been waiting for. This is where science, precision, and flavor come together to create one of the world's most iconic sauces. First, the pasteurized liquid egg yolk is automatically pumped from intermediate storage tanks into large stainless steel mixing vessels, each with a capacity ranging from several hundred to several thousand liters. This closed-loop pumping system prevents external contamination and preserves the yolk's integrity, ensuring maximum purity and optimal emulsifying properties. In some factories, fresh yolk is replaced with dried egg powder, a remarkable ingredient that can be revived with just pure water. Before use, the powder is finely sifted under high pressure to remove clumps and impurities, then dissolved at precise ratios in a specialized mixing tank. After the egg yolk is pumped into the mixing tank, other ingredients such as vinegar or lemon juice, salt, sugar, and various additives like mustard, stabilizers, and flavor enhancers are added in a programmed sequence. Have you ever wondered why a bit of mustard appears in mayonnaise recipes? It's not there to add the spicy kick you'd expect in a hot dog. Instead, it rounds out the flavor, adds depth, and more importantly, it helps emulsify. The amount is so small you might not notice it's there, but take it away, and you'll feel like something's missing, even if you can't quite explain what. Finally comes the refined vegetable oil, most commonly soybean oil, which accounts for 65 to 80% of the total mixture and plays a key role in giving mayonnaise its rich texture and creamy body. Soybean oil is chosen for its neutral flavor, excellent emulsifying ability, and high stability. Before being used in production, the oil undergoes a thorough refining process, including deodorization, decolorization, and impurity removal to ensure absolute purity. This level of refinement helps create mayonnaise with a smooth, creamy texture, an appealing ivory white color, and an extended shelf life. Once all the ingredients have been added in the correct order and roughly blended, the mixture enters the emulsification stage, the most critical step in the entire production line. Here, high-speed mixing equipment, operating at up to 3,000 revolutions per minute, works continuously to disperse oil droplets evenly into the water phase. Egg yolk, naturally rich in lecithin, acts as a powerful emulsifier, stabilizing the structure of the mixture and preventing separation over time. In most modern systems, emulsification and homogenization happen at the same time, all inside one machine. As the high-speed mixer runs, it breaks down the oil into tiny droplets, that's homogenization, while the lecithin in the egg yolk wraps around those droplets and helps bind them with water. That's the emulsifying part. This combo gives the mayo its smooth, creamy texture and keeps it from separating over time. Once the process is done, the mixture gets pretty warm from all that mixing, so it's quickly cooled down to lock in the structure and preserve the fresh taste. Before entering the packaging stage, technicians collect samples of the mayonnaise for testing. The product must pass strict evaluations for viscosity, pH, color, taste, and emulsion stability to ensure consistent quality and food safety. At the same time, microbiological tests are also carried out to detect and eliminate any risk of contamination. After passing rigorous quality checks, the finished mayonnaise is pumped into various types of packaging, including plastic bottles, single-serve sachets, and glass jars, all carried out on a fully automated, closed-loop packaging line. For jars and bottles, automated filling systems dispense the mayonnaise with milliliter-level precision. In advanced facilities, the line can fill up to 15,000 bottles per hour, meeting the demands of high-volume global production. Once filled, each unit moves to the capping station, where lids are sealed tightly with even mechanical force to ensure an airtight seal. Labels are then automatically applied, displaying full traceability and expiration details. From filling to final packaging, every step takes place in a strictly controlled environment to ensure hygiene and precision, minimizing contamination risks and preserving product integrity until it reaches the consumer. For single-use sachets, the mayonnaise is dispensed and heat-sealed in a matter of milliseconds using high-speed sealing technology. The entire process from filling to sealing takes less than 1 second per unit. And from the very first egg to the final squeeze of sauce, every jar of mayonnaise is the result of cutting-edge technology, engineering precision, and meticulous care at every stage of production. However, that guilty feeling after the first spoonful is hard to avoid. Behind its smooth, rich, and creamy texture lies an energy bomb, with nearly 100 calories per tablespoon, making mayonnaise one of those deceptively indulgent foods that can quickly lead to weight gain if you're not careful. The story of Snickers began in 1930, when Frank C. Mars, founder of Mars Incorporated, created the perfect combination of soft nougat, chewy caramel, crunchy peanuts, and creamy milk chocolate. Launched at just 5 cents during the Great Depression, Snickers quickly became a favorite. Today, it generates over $2 billion in annual revenue across 6 continents, making it one of the best-selling candy bars of all time. Mars sources high-quality cacao beans from regions like Ghana and Ivory Coast, known for their rich, flavorful cocoa. Stay tuned as we uncover the fascinating process behind every Snickers bar. Let's kick off this journey by diving into how the iconic milk chocolate coating is made, one of the key ingredients that delivers its signature sweet, creamy flavor. The chocolate coating is what gives Snickers its mouth-watering allure, and creating it is an art form. First, cocoa beans are roasted at temperatures between 120 degrees Celsius and 140 degrees Celsius for about 30 to 40 minutes, ensuring that their rich, bold flavor is preserved. The roasting process is carefully controlled to bring out the deep, aromatic notes of the cocoa. After roasting, the beans are cracked open, leaving only the cocoa nibs, which are finely ground into chocolate liquor. After being stripped of their shells, cacao nibs are finely ground into a rich, velvety paste known as cacao mass. Under steady grinding pressure, the nibs gradually melt, releasing their luscious cacao butter. A thick mixture containing cocoa butter. This liquor is the heart of the chocolate, giving it the smooth texture we love. Next, the chocolate liquor undergoes a conching process that lasts anywhere from 12 to 72 hours. This continuous mixing and grinding process gives the chocolate its velvety, smooth texture and eliminates any bitter, volatile impurities. The conching process is key in ensuring the chocolate achieves the perfect consistency and flavor. To create the signature milk chocolate, cocoa butter is combined with sugar, milk powder, and natural vanilla extract, resulting in the characteristic sweet and creamy taste that makes Snickers so irresistible. After the chocolate is blended and finely ground, conching, it goes through a tempering process to ensure a beautiful glossy finish and prevent it from melting too quickly when held. This step involves 3 stages. First, the chocolate is heated to 45 degrees C to 50 degrees Celsius to fully melt. Then, it's cooled down to about 27 degrees Celsius to form stable cocoa butter crystals. Finally, it is gently reheated to 30 degrees Celsius, 30 degrees Celsius to maintain its smooth, liquid state. Thanks to this tempering process, Snickers' chocolate coating is not only glossy and crisp when bitten into, but also melts smoothly in your mouth. Lastly, the chocolate is kept at a temperature of around 45 degrees Celsius to maintain its smooth, melt-in-your-mouth texture before being coated onto the Snickers bar. This process ensures that each candy bar has the perfect amount of glossy, smooth chocolate, not too thick, not too thin, that pairs beautifully with the soft nougat, chewy caramel, and crunchy peanuts. Above the nougat lies the chewy caramel, a delectable layer that stretches irresistibly with every bite. Creating caramel involves heating sugar, glucose syrup, and fresh milk until the mixture reaches a golden brown hue. This step typically requires temperatures between 160 degrees and 170 degrees. Caramel making is both an art and a science, requiring precise control over time and temperature to achieve the perfect consistency. What makes Snickers caramel unique is its extended cooking time, enhancing its rich, buttery taste and perfect chewy texture. This specialized technique ensures the caramel remains soft while providing a satisfying stretch when you take a bite. The balance between firmness and elasticity ensures the caramel does not become too sticky or hard, maintaining the pleasurable mouthfeel of each Snickers bar. To maintain product uniformity, Mars uses state-of-the-art equipment to monitor and control the caramel making process. This automation guarantees the precise caramel thickness in every Snickers bar, ensuring consistent quality across millions of units. But don't forget, aside from the gooey caramel, there's another key ingredient that gives Snickers its signature flavor and irresistible crunch: those perfectly roasted, crunchy peanuts. Did you know that every day, Mars requires enough peanuts to cover more than 54 football fields just to make Snickers? From rough, humble-looking peanuts still wrapped in their rugged shells, an impressive transformation begins. They are first passed through a high-pressure air and screening system, where dust, sand, and debris are thoroughly removed. Only peanuts that meet strict standards for size, moisture, and color are selected to move forward on this flavorful journey. Next, the peanuts are sent into a modern shelling machine that uses a gentle rolling or tapping mechanism to crack the outer shells without damaging the golden kernels inside. Immediately afterward, a strong blast of air whisks away the loosened shells, leaving behind clean, whole peanuts. But we're not done yet. Before any roasting happens, the peanuts pass through a skinning machine, where soft, rotating brushes gently remove the thin, reddish skins clinging to the kernels. This delicate step ensures that only the smooth, flawless cores remain for the next stage. Can you smell that? That rich, nutty aroma drifting through the air means the giant industrial roasters have kicked into gear. The peanut kernels are roasted evenly at 320 to 356 degrees Fahrenheit, 160 to 180 degrees Celsius, for about 20 to 30 minutes, with the rotating drums ensuring that each peanut turns perfectly golden, crunchy, and never overcooked. caramel and peanuts. A seemingly simple combination, but one that requires meticulous precision and expertise to achieve absolute perfection. Can you guess how they mix them to create the ideal, mouth-watering flavor? When the caramel reaches its perfect, velvety consistency and remains warm, around 120 degrees Celsius, the perfectly roasted, golden brown peanuts are evenly spread through automated conveyor systems, ensuring that each candy bar has a consistent and balanced amount. The peanuts not only add a rich, nutty flavor, but also provide a satisfying crunch, which contrasts beautifully with the smooth, soft, and chewy caramel. If chocolate is the elegant outer shell, then nougat is the heart of a Snickers bar. Soft, airy, yet undeniably strong, it provides the perfect foundation, balancing the textures and flavors of caramel, peanuts, and chocolate. Nougat forms the light, fluffy, and mildly sweet base layer of Snickers. To create it, glucose syrup and sugar are heated to around 150 degrees. Meanwhile, egg whites are whipped at high speed until they become a smooth, airy mixture. The hot syrup is then gradually poured in while continuing to whip, giving the nougat its signature light, chewy texture. This process requires absolute precision. If the mixture is too hot, the nougat turns hard. If too cool, it becomes overly soft. Achieving the perfect balance ensures it complements the caramel and peanuts layered above. Next time you bite into a Snickers, take a moment to appreciate the magic. Who knew science and sweetness could blend so perfectly? Once the nougat has cooled to the perfect temperature, a rich dose of peanut butter is introduced, enhancing its creamy texture and signature nutty flavor. And when the nougat is ready, a rich layer of warm peanut caramel is poured over it, creating a smooth, glossy coating. Crispy, nutty peanuts blend perfectly into the caramel, offering a delightful mix of chewy and crunchy textures. The large candy sheets formed from nougat and caramel, mixed with peanuts, are then transferred to the specialized cutting area. Each bar is cut to precise dimensions, typically 10 centimeters by 2.5 centimeters for the classic Snickers. An automatic cutter divides the candy sheet into 38 evenly sized strips. Then, another cutter slices these strips horizontally, creating perfectly sized individual Snickers bars. Next, the freshly cut bars enter the chocolate enrobing stage, where they receive their signature coating. The uncovered Snickers bars first pass through the bottom enrober, where a layer of milk chocolate coats the underside for an even base. They then move through the full enrober, where a continuous chocolate flow fully covers each bar. To ensure uniformity, excess chocolate is removed using vibration and air-blowing mechanisms. The chocolate is precisely tempered with pure cocoa butter, maintaining the ideal consistency for a smooth, crack-free coating. Once coated, the bars travel along a conveyor, allowing the chocolate to settle before the next production stage. A finishing touch makes each Snickers instantly recognizable, the elegant swirl of chocolate on top. Once perfected, the bars enter a rapid cooling system, where the chocolate hardens to lock in its flawless shape, ensuring the ultimate Snickers experience before packaging. Each Snickers bar is not only a perfect blend of cocoa, peanuts, caramel, and nougat, but also undergoes a rigorous quality control process. Advanced scanners and sensors detect even the smallest defects, from uneven shapes to cracks in the chocolate, ensuring only the most perfect bars reach the consumer. The finished Snickers bars are moved to the automated packaging area, where each bar is carefully wrapped in its signature, elegant packaging. With its unmistakable design and an inner foil layer, every Snickers bar is protected to maintain its freshness and distinctive flavor. The packaging process is carried out by automated machines, capable of wrapping up to 800 bars per minute, ensuring a rapid production speed while maintaining perfect precision, delivering flawless products to the consumers. The large Snickers cartons are then transported to distribution points, ensuring they reach store shelves across the globe, ready to deliver their signature taste to consumers everywhere. Although Snickers remains a top seller worldwide, Mars continues to innovate with new versions of this iconic candy bar. From familiar sizes to variations like Snickers Almond and Snickers Dark, each version offers a unique, indulgent experience to satisfy every taste. And that concludes our journey through the meticulous process of creating the delicious Snickers bar you know and love. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe to join me in exploring more fascinating production processes. See you in the next video.